What's going on? Welcome to another episode of Off the Schneid. Today we're going to be taking a look at the Seattle Seahawks, talking about their draft needs heading into the 21 NFL draft. Only 3 picks, so it's going to be tough to fill all their needs. What do they need? What are we looking at? Obviously, a trade for Russell Wilson never materialized for good reason. Russell Wilson's one of the best quarterbacks in the NFL. It would be very, very silly, in my opinion, to trade Russell Wilson. It just doesn't make any sense. You're just going to make your team that much worse, an extreme amount worse. So makes no sense in the world to trade Russell Wilson, and glad they came to their senses on that one, because it just would be pretty ludicrous for this team, in my opinion. So he's still there. Great quarterback, one of the best in the game, top 3 in my opinion, has been since his second season. So he's still a top 3 quarterback. Had a career season last year, 40 touchdown passes. Yeah, you don't trade a guy like Russell Wilson, period. Chris Carson comes back. That's just fine. Between Carson, Rashad Penny, former first-round pick, Travis Homer, and DJ Dallas, I think they can get the job done at the running back position. Even if there's injuries there, that sort of thing, they can still get the job done. I would be comfortable with those 4 heading into the season. So they're fine there. Tight ends in a great spot. Will Disley back for good, hopefully injury-free. Colby Parkinson from, I believe, Stanford, right? The mecca of tight ends. And Gerald Everett comes over from the Rams. So Luke Wilson, Canadian guy, still there as well. So they're very, very fine at tight end moving into the season. Wide receivers you're gonna need a guy. They lost David Moore. Obviously, DK Metcalf and Tyler Lockett are the guys, both 1,000-yard receivers, both 10 touchdowns. They're absolutely the guys on offense here. Freddie Swain, I think, can be that third option. But bring in a guy to compete, maybe at that 4th-round pick there, something like that. I mean, 3 picks is tough to... it's tough to fill out too many holes with 3 draft picks. Unless they trade back in that 2nd-round pick, they might, pick up a 3rd and maybe a 5th or something like that. Another 4th, 3rd and a 4th. I don't know. You know what I mean? They might trade back and add some more capital, which is actually probably pretty likely, considering they do have some fairly big needs. A wide receiver to help out would be great. Their offensive line should be better, which is basically what Russell Wilson's been, hammering on the table to fix. Gabe Jackson comes in on a cheap trade, and then everybody else basically comes back. Brandon Shell, Cedric Abouye, Damian Lewis hopefully takes that next step as well. Jamarco Jones is there. That's a good quality potential starter depth guy. I don't think he's a left tackle. I think he's more of a guard type of guy, but maybe he can slide out there. I mean, I'm not sure. Dwayne Brown's 35 years old. That's a bit of an issue for me. I think that they should definitely address that. I don't think that they can do it in the draft. They can absolutely walk away from Dwayne Brown this season and save $10 million. Almost $11.5 million by cutting and releasing Dwayne Brown. I don't know if that's the right move or not. I'm not going to sit here and say that that's the way to go about it and that's what they should do. But if they can figure out a way to get Mitchell Schwartz and, cut Dwayne Brown, sign Mitchell Schwartz, they might have to make some other, corresponding moves to make that happen. Here's another thing with it. Like, the Jarran Reed didn't make any sense to me. I don't know how you let a guy like Jarran Reed walk. You want him to take a pay cut. I get that, but, why would he want to do that? You know what I mean? It doesn't make, he's relatively underpaid as it is. I think he's one of the better more underrated interior rushers in the game. Him and Poona Ford were great. And now, with Kerry Hyder coming in, Carlos Dunlap coming back, hopefully a guy like Darrell Taylor takes a step forward, Alton Robinson, Benson Mayawa, all these guys, I think that defense is going to take a big hit losing Jarran Reed personally. I know that Michael Dixon is a very good punter, but they could have freed up, through almost $3.5 million releasing Michael Dixon. I know he's a very good punter, but at the end of the day, what's more important, your overall team defense or your punter? In my opinion, your defense. So, if you wanted to save some money somewhere, maybe restructure your punter or just release him. Ask him to take a pay cut. Everyone else did in the league. It's just, it was interesting that they went to Jaron Reed for that one. So, and then, if they can figure out a way to maybe bring in a guy like Mitchell Schwartz, or if they can figure out some sort of a trade for Orlando Brown, would be huge. From the Ravens, wants to play left tackle, release Dwayne Brown, make a trade for Orlando Brown. I'm not sure if that's really possible given what they don't have draft capital wise, but make it happen. I think with 3 draft picks, you're going to need to make something happen. And I think that left tackle spot is a huge glaring hole. If not right now, then next year it absolutely will be, sort of a thing. So I think that they should look at that and figure out a way to, I gave a couple scenarios there for you. They need to figure out a way to protect Russell Wilson a little bit more, make that overall line better, and, give this team a better chance to win. Slide to the defensive side of the ball. I think they've done a good job at filling the holes where they can and bringing in guys to get after the quarterback. A couple of years ago, I think they had like 24 sacks or something like that. And they've done a good job at bringing some guys in that can do what they need them to do. Carlos Dunlap was very good for this defense last year. Came back at what I believe is a discount. And Kerry Hyder comes in. Like I said, Darrell Taylor, Alden Robinson, Benson Mayawa are all there, capable to get after the quarterback. Rasheem Green is fairly solid. Poona Ford is very underrated, very good in my opinion. Al Woods can still, help out. He's a depth guy, and that's another need right there. Interior line, defensive line. I think they need some help with Rasheem Green and Poona Ford. You just need some depth guys there. Linebackers are in a good spot. Jordan Brooks, I thought, was a very good draft pick last year. I had a lot of people disagree with that they didn't need linebacker and all that kind of stuff, but here they are absolutely needing him. Bobby Wagner, Jordan Brooks, and then Cody Barton and Ben Burr Kirvin those two can compete for that third linebacker starting spot, sort of a thing, but they're going to have to add somebody, or at the very least some undrafted free agents, that sort of a thing. Their scout team is going to earn their money this year with the undrafted free agent pool. You better believe it. Corners are the 2 starters. If they do only have 2 starters at corner, Ahkello Witherspoon I like a lot. Trey Flowers really absolutely has to take that next step this year. He absolutely has to take that next step. And then again, undrafted free agents, maybe, they trade back, they pick up some picks because they're going to need some help on that back end with competition. And, Amadi and DJ Reed both played well in spurts last year, so they can get it done at like nickel, that kind of a thing. They can definitely help out. Quandre Diggs was very good in the back end, and Jamal Adams is one of the best safeties in the game, can do a lot of different things, get after the quarterback. I think he had like double-digit sacks last year, 9.5 sacks. Forced fumble. He's just a solid 14 tackle for loss. Like, he's one of the best in the game, and he can do a lot of things and help this defense a ton. So they've done a pretty good job at improving the team where they need to improve the team, getting after the quarterback and protecting yours. But couple things, like I said, that I laid out with that left tackle spot, there's a couple ideas that they could, explore and make this team a ton better. A guy like Orlando Brown would really turn this team around completely, in my opinion, as far as, how they faded towards the end of the season last year. So there you go. Fair amount to chew on there for Seahawks fans. Let me know what you think in the comments. Don't forget to hit that like and subscribe button on your way out. Appreciate the watch, and we'll see you on the next video.